put me into the first mission. I had gone through specialized training. I tell you, I was the wimp out there. I mean, I was the guy who had noises during the night, couldn't sleep, couldn't do anything. And it was some guys who, after a couple of days, took me aside. Guys who wanted to share with me really a type of brotherhood within the service of the way to accept this and the way to come through it with peace and some serenity so you're not a total wreck. And it's the fact that if you're going to have to accept the fact that we're not going home, this is it. This is it. And we were combat soldiers. So that's a hard thing, but we're there to take care of each other the best we can. Again, that's a hard thing to say. Well, in the coming weeks, we went through some hellacious combat hell. The guy that I set up with every night, he died in front of me. The guy who was my best friend at the time, I held him as he died. And things are a little rough. I'm going to get caught up with these guys in a positive way. I get caught up in positive emotion. And it was a week or so later, and things were unfolding in the middle of the night, and people were going to die. Something inspired me, kept me going, made me do things I never thought I would have the power to do. In the morning, the company commander was traveling with us. They wanted to see. I thought I was in trouble. I was still a new guy. I thought I was in trouble for taking matters into my own hands. They promoted me. They decorated me. They sent me to China Beach for a few days. And they said I should be the one to lead men in combat, which became a tough issue because when I come back from China Beach, then after seeing all these point men and backup men get blown away, I'd have to assign somebody, and no matter who I assigned, they would have to do it. And so I couldn't do that. I walked my own point for a long time. But again, it's the feeling of brotherhood and care for others. And I knew, I'd seen some of these guys in action. I knew that they would put their life on the line to save another. And it was that feeling of brotherhood that went on. Now, I don't have an answer for what took place in the coming months. There were 64 squads during that time, 1st Cavalry, of 64 squads. I was the only squad never to lose a man. Now, some things happened that those who know the story believe that night that took place that something spiritual happened. Because as things happened, one day I'm a Catholic and we're going back to the fire base because they're sending us into a major battle that they'd lost more than 100 that day, and priests were giving us last rites. But the guys were going to be there. Well, as they're airlifting us in, I could hear the screaming on the radio that the NBC and Viet Cong are retreating for no reason at all. There was no battle. Another time, another guy and I, Tom Ahern, were in the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't know if we actually said anything to each other or not. You just thought it was in your own mind. But they walked away and left us there. Another time, walking point, I was walking into an ambush, and for some reason, another 20, 25 feet, I would have been right in the middle of it. But for some reason, I don't know if it's because the birds weren't chirping or whatever, but I stopped there. I knew something was wrong. But wherever I went, basically the war stopped. Later, before I came back to college that fall, I got really out in August, they sat down with me, they questioned me. They offered to put me in for direct commission if I'd re-enlist. Wonder how any person could have done this. But it was through a feeling of brotherhood. It was brotherhood that I had learned here with you guys, of to care for other people. As you guys have taught me, I had a good family in Jack's here, and wonderful parents and things, and growing up. But it was through you guys, that feeling of brotherhood, that took me places. And now that you've read a few things about me, things are happening every day that you would never have believed. There's thousands of people who are involved somehow with different programs involved. I would never have thought I would have the ability to do these things. But it comes back to brotherhood. You guys, you've helped to save lives, you're changing lives. If you're ever in, I got at my office, there's now hundreds of cards and letters. I get them almost, not every day, but 3-4 a week from students, from people of disabilities, of somebody who for some way, something we've done is touching some lives. And so, to see all of you here today, to get together back with you, and to know how you have touched the lives of others. And I know through many of you and talking with you, you are doing it yourselves. You're out there touching lives of so many young people, people you're working with and doing things. But it has really impacted my life and has taken me places I mean, you might see me in this chair. I've had one hell of a life, let me tell you. One very positive, wonderful thing, a wonderful support with friends and family, and to be back here with you, I want to thank you for how you've touched my life and how that now, through what you've done, you're out there touching the lives of others. Thank you.
Yeah! But I got to say a couple here. First of all, many of you know that Dana got the Ut Prosum Award from Plymouth State last summer. And we were thinking that maybe he might have been the first fraternity person, not just the Kappa brother, but maybe the first fraternity person who got this award, because this award is given not to people who donate back to the college. It's given to people who do the best for their community wherever they're located. So it's not a Plymouth State-related award necessarily. It's something they have done and gone out to their community and done immeasurable and wonderful things for their community, which Dana has done in the Richmond area. So that kind of makes that award a little bit special. The other thing is, the things that Dana doesn't tell you is the things he's done for the people in the area. In effect, I guess the bottom line might be summed up by saying, essentially giving strangers to him, or people that he's just met, opportunities to go on to college and pursue dreams, pursue their lives at his cost. That this is what he's done and who he is. He's probably donated more grants and more money to people and institutions than most colleges. So I was thinking a while back that Dana reminds me kind of almost like his own little college or his own little university. So I kind of put together this shirt. And we had a nice drive on the way up. We're still speaking to each other. We still like each other. But I did want to ask, does anyone want to take the trip back with him? My place.
You just don't know, and it's like you guys. I mean, there's so many stories of stuff going on. I mean, this program coming up here in coming weeks that involve hundreds that are things I created. But it really has a foundation for my family. There's a foundation with you guys back here at Old Kappa.
Who knew in '67? Huh?
Hey, got one more thing. Hey, let's thank Buzzard for all his work here. He did a lot of things here. Buzzard! Buzzard! Look at the Skip. This wonderful man wouldn't be here. Thanks, Skip. Thank you. Hey, all right, Skip. We might not have gotten through Plymouth in 68. We were kind of each other's worst enemies back then in terms of studying and getting up for classes. Remember that? Oh, yeah. Froggy, where was Froggy? He had to come wake me up. Son of a bitch, I used to make you bacon and eggs. Stay to bed, we couldn't get out of it anyway. Thank you. Who'd have guessed Dana would have ended up here today? Yeah, well, man, he is. You are a success story, Dana. A true success story. Back to people. We should get a picture before everybody starts to split. Good idea. Yeah. Let's get a picture. Where's the fire truck? We don't have a fire truck, but let's get some sort of picture. How about right on the picnic table, everybody around? Roger, bring the grill down to the Quantum. Fire it out. Fire it out. Let's go. That'll show them in Plymouth. How about right here? We can burn something. Let's get over here.